Okay. Are we on now? Could you hear me? I hear myself tapping, so that's a good thing. Hey, Northy. I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Chiriana. Hey, Shannon. Enigmatic. Okay. Are we on now? Yay. Okay. Awesome. All right. Awesome. All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Danny's Karma, where the universe speaks and the vibe is real. Don't forget to hit the like button, please. We're going to be doing something different. We're going to be doing, this was one of our sisters here idea. She wrote to me a while back and she wanted me to do like a grown and sexy video. So I'm starting off with a collective and see how it goes. I have some spreads that I'm gonna pull. I'm not really prepared, so maybe everywhere. But this is pretty much for like the seasoned sirens. This is for, you don't necessarily have to be 35 and older. I wanted to put this to like a kind of ladies edition because I feel like masculine energy is going to be a bit different. Just to see how I feel. So it's for the women that pretty much we're reinventing ourselves, right? We're not like new to this game, to the dating world, right? Some of us have children, some of us have already been married, we've been in long-term commitments, etc., etc. Okay. So it's pretty much like an in-depth reading. We'll see what comes out. And obviously, with the collective, there's no specific sign. You take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? Hey, Shelly. Hey, Roxana. Is this a read for super chats? No, my love. Hey, Miss V. Super chats are more just as thank yous, so you can feel free. Hey, Miss Natasha. Hey, Miss V. Hey, NN. Girl, you be coming up with these names. I'm like, wait, just because I know your profile picture, I'm like, okay, that's NN. All right, let's start. All right, for my grown and sexy women, let's see. Let me go back to this here because I have all my spreads here. All right, so we're gonna start off with, hold on, because I'm all over the place. All right, let me see if I can get in this. Hold on for 1 second. All right. Okay, great. Reinvention. And you guys could still hear me, right? Okay, great. Reinvention. All right, let's see. All right, for my ladies. So I'm gonna actually read what she wanted me to do. Okay, I'm gonna read it. So this is shout out to JC. So it says, "Hey Danny, I'm looking for a tarot reading that's geared towards us seasoned sirens, the women who've already done the whole babies, marriage, life, roller coaster thing, and now standing in glorious chaos of midlife, single, wiser, a little sparkly, and very much still in the game. I love a reading that speaks to where we are now, rediscovering ourselves, navigating midlife dating. I don't know why I don't like the word midlife. I am 36. I just don't feel I'm in midlife. In my brain, I'm still just coming out of my 20s. So I hate the word midlife because I think about like 50. That's midlife to me. Anyways, midlife dating or avoiding it on purpose, leveling up spiritually, healing old cycles, calling in real connections, and building a life that feels aligned and grown women fabulous. Basically, something for those of us who aren't starting life, we're reinventing it. If this is something you will vibe with, I'd be so excited to see what messages come through. So that is the dedication to this reading for the collective. All right. All right, for the collective. Where does the collective stand now? Where does the collective stand now? Where does the collective stand now? High priestess, that's definitely glorious, okay? That's bougie energy. That is definitely grown and sexy. Yeah, the tower. The Ten of Pentacles, wow, and the Five of Swords, okay. I mean, definitely getting to the High Priestess, to this spiritually aligned path, the Tower and the Ten of Pentacles. There had to be some kind of tower moment, right? Some of you guys went through destructive or destruction kind of energy. Five of Swords, a lot of arguments, tension in the home. Some of you guys could have been married. Some of you guys do have children. I just saw the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Cups. Okay. High Priestess, Eight of Swords, the Tower, King of Cups, Ace of Cups. All right. Six of Wands, Three of Cups, and the Page of Swords. Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck. What's this? Six of Swords. What's the Eight of Swords? Two of Pentacles. Why is the High Priestess Six of Cups? You know, I feel like collective, and again, I figured this was going to be more geared to women. I feel like if I'm going to do a men's, like a masculine spread, it's going to have to be definitely separate. I feel like right now where the collective stand with the High Priestess, Six of Swords, Eight of Swords, Two of Pentacles, some of you guys are just coming out of having small children, okay? You're probably not a dumbass like me. No, let me stop. You're probably not like me that started all over again. Some of you guys could have, like, you know, I would say between like self-sufficient children if you do have children. So I feel like with the Six of Swords, Eight of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles, is almost now that energy where you have the alone time, where you have that time where you're like, okay, I have free time. You know, maybe the kids are at soccer, this other one is over this one's house, and you have that time to yourself. And I feel like it's truly kind of like like getting to know who you are as just, let's just say Danny, as just you as a person. All right, without the kids being around, without being a mom all the time, if that makes sense. Oops, my bad. All right. With the Tower and the King of Cups, Ace of Swords, what's the Tower? The Nine of Cups. Some of you guys, you're in an area where you're ready to not only receive emotionally fulfilling energies, love, but I feel like you're also in that energy where you're ready to also give emotionally, which is a big step. Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Yeah, King of Swords. Some of you guys could be very much focused on finances, obviously on children if you have it, just overall stability. Some of you guys are sitting in stability where, you know, you're in a good place in your life where you could already own your home or you're renting. There's you're good in your own energy. All right. Not to say you're rich, but you're making things happen. And now it's like, I don't know, there's a very big energy around you feeling again, kids are like almost out of the house. Kids are not always around, and now you have you time. Okay. And obviously this reading is more so directed for the single, right? Ladies. Five of Swords and a Six of Wands, King of Pentacles. Some of you guys do have people here that want to invest with you or they want attention from you. Three of Cups, Page of Swords, Temperance, but I feel like you're taking your time with the King of Swords, Ace of Cups, and a Ten of Pentacles. You're not just looking at the dating game from an emotional standpoint. It has to make sense. Like my life has to fit into your lifestyle. You know what I mean? King of Swords, Ace of Cups, yeah, Eight of Pentacles. There's something also about stability, not just finances, not just you know, this person got to have money, but it's almost like the sense of ambition. Like you're not going to kind of bring me down and I'm in the area where I'm not going to bring you down. So it needs to make sense. King of Pentacles, Five of Swords, Six of Wands, Five of Wands. Some of you guys may have an ex in the background still kind of, you know, fucking with you energetically. Five of Swords, playing mind games, you know. They may be doing the most for attention. Some of you guys could have been married to this person, or you still have to be in contact with them because, you know, you guys have children together. Five of Swords, Five of Wands, yeah, Two of Cups. Some of you guys, you know, you're in this energy. Well, I'm sorry, your ex is here, whoever the hell this is. your ex is showing up like hitting a midlife crisis. Like, I don't know, they're showing up very immature. They may have a lot of competition here. And for some of you, the fact that you are so good in your own energy with the Emperor, all right. The fact that you guys are so good where, it's like we just talk when we really need to. I'm not clingy onto you. It bothers them. All right. For some of you, this person is really still thinking like, damn, are you getting attention? Who are you getting it from? Even though that's like a done deal. Six of Cups. Yeah, Chariot. You guys are really, I mean, the energy here again, I'm going to try to dissect it. So it's just mostly about you. I don't really want to talk about your past, or I'm not really trying to go into the energies around you or your children, but you guys are really doing, it's almost like you've already set up your children for some kind of victory. And so I feel like again, you're on this path to where you've aligned certain things for your children. You've created some kind of stability. You are good, and it's just like, okay, now what? What about me, right? My person, the adult company, because there is the difference. I truly don't care how many people say, well, you're not alone, you have your children. It's not the same. It's not the same to come home and lay down next to a person, or being able to call a person like an adult, right? Or even the opposite sex, and be like, you know what? Little Billy annoyed the shit out of me. I can't tell little Billy that, right? So I feel like, again, that's kind of where you're sitting. Queen of Pentacles, yes, the Empress and the Sun. All right. Some of you guys may want to have another child. I'm just saying it's out here, but I definitely see the kind of like the readiness to be able to step back out there and really find your person. And the readiness comes from also emotional availability, right? It comes from emotional. I don't feel like anyone is 100% healed, but it does speak about healing. Because you're embodying all these energies. You're also embodying masculine energies, and that comes from being single. That comes from maybe being a single mother. That comes from having to hold down a whole household by yourself. So I do see the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Emperor. Some of you guys, they're absent fathers. I don't believe you can play a role of a father, but I do believe that, well, let me back up. You could definitely, you may be playing a role as a father as well, but I don't feel like you could fill that void with your children, obviously. But again, you guys are just embodying all these energies, and now it just feels like, okay, I've done this glow up. I'm good in my own energy. Things are pretty copacetic. They're decent. Now what about me? How about, the focus on me and my happiness? Eight of Cups, yeah, Two of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. And it does speak about the women that are single. All right, ready for a transition, ready for the next step, ready to move forward. Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Two of Swords, and the Four of Wands. What's the Two of Swords? Knight of Wands. Some of you guys, though, it's so funny. Even though you're ready for the next step, right? Some of you guys could really be enjoying your singlehood with the Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. You're getting a lot of attention. Two of Swords, Four of Wands. Some of you guys are like, you know what? I kind of like just to have fun. Whether it's that because I don't have to come back to cook and clean for anyone, right? Four of Wands. I kind of just want to have fun. Some of you guys are tired of these immature energies, though, with the Seven of Wands and the Knight of Wands, the of what the dating pool has to offer. All right. Okay. What are you guys rediscovering about yourself? What are you rediscovering about yourself? What is the collective rediscovering about themselves? The Knight of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. Some of you guys, this could be sexual, all right? Maybe certain fetishes. Wheel of Fortune. For some of you, it's a lot of confidence in things that you like sexually. I'm gonna be quite honest. There's a difference when you're so confident within yourself. There's something like not being shy on certain things that you want to do. I feel like again, at a certain age, it's like we give less fucks, right? It's like, well, if I want my rocks off, I'm gonna do it, just probably not in my home. You know what I mean? But it speaks about like being very confident in yourself with the Knight of Wands. This could be around your sexuality. All right. Ace of Wands, yeah, Knight of Wands, Page of Swords. Some of you guys, again, this is, I mean, we're speaking grown and sexy, right? Um, you know what you like and you know what you don't like. And I can mean that in every sense of the word, especially when it comes to sexual. Nine of Pentacles, and there's not a fear. Some of you guys are what you're rediscovering is also being very confident in your own skin. I mean, if you're a woman like me with 4 kids, everything around the gut area ain't tight, right? Everything around the stomach area, there's loose skin, there's stretch marks. And some of you guys are really loving that about yourselves. Knight of Wands, Page of Swords. All right. So not only and I feel like that plays into your sexuality. When you can sit there and look in the mirror and be like, fuck, I look good. The battle wounds, the stretch marks, the loose skin, that makes me sexy. Being able to not feel that shyness. At one point maybe we did. I mean, in my 20s, I was like that. And I had a better body back then. That's the crazy part. And now I'm just like, you know. So what you're rediscovering is some kind of self-love. For some of you, you're not even rediscovering that. Some of you guys are experiencing this for the first time in your lives. There's something about here. When you give less fucks, you actually give less fucks about what society wants to constantly play in your head of what beauty may look like, of, you need to do this or do that to look sexy. Like, no. Wheel of Fortune, yeah, Magician. Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, and the Ace of Wands, Nine of Wands. Some of you guys could have been in situations where there was stability there, but there wasn't passion. I feel like that again, we go back to the sexuality, realizing that the sexual part, the passion in a connection is also everything. All right, Five of Wands, High Priestess, Eight of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles, High Priestess, Magician, and the Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Pentacles. I feel like some of you guys could also be very much in tune spiritually. I know this is kind of like left field, but some of you guys may be even rethinking about your religious beliefs or outlooks. I know for me, like my mother was Catholic, my grandfather was Seventh-day Adventist, my grandmother Jehovah Witness. My I'm trying to think. And then like my other family was like non-denominational Christian. So I went through all that and I can't even tell you that I fall into any of those categories at this point in my life, obviously. All right. And I feel like that could be that too, where there was some kind of conditioning. Some of you guys could also be kind of like believing in what you're believing and not in the things that you grew up in. All right. So it's kind of coming into you, into your own person. The sun, yeah. The Four of Swords, the Four of Wands, and the Page of Cups. What's the Ten of Swords, Eight of Swords, Page of Wands? Some of you guys, this is also an energy where the Four of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, you could have been in a situation where literally it was just about the stability. You're bringing an income, I'm bringing an income, or there is something here about like society or something here about, what your family would tell you, like keep your family together because of the kids. Eight of Swords, Ten of Swords, but being in that situation only kept you kind of like feeling defeated, feeling stuck. It doesn't give any kind of emotional fulfillment. And it's like, you know what, at this point in my life, if it's not peaceful, if it's not emotionally fulfilling, if it's not inspiring, all right, then Five of Wands, I don't want it. What you've outgrown forever. What are the things that the collective have outgrown forever? What has the collective outgrown forever? Sorry, guys, I can't even see the chat from this platform. I have to go into my tablet, so I don't mean to be rude. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. I like to engage, but I can't even see what's going on. What are the collective outgrowing forever? The Hangman came out cross. I feel like the Hangman reverse speaks about sacrifice. All right. But the Hangman cross speaks about maybe things you're not going to sacrifice, or let's see. Yeah, the Emperor. I'm going to actually leave it crossed for a reason. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords, the Hangman cross, Page of Cups, Death, Empress. Wow. Four of Cups. Okay, well, this is very clear. What have you outgrown forever that you're not going to accept anything less than the Emperor? You're not going to accept anything else than the Emperor. Like, if it doesn't feel like that 90s love, fuck out of here. Okay. The Emperor in Death speaks about, I know what I want, and it's definitely someone transformational. Fuck out of here with this Six of Pentacles, Four of Cups, breadcrumbing energies. All right. And so what you've outgrown forever is just the breadcrumbing. Like, you're able to detect a fucking fool from 10 miles away. And with the Hangman and coming out cross, Three of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and the High Priestess, there is, I get the energy of not wanting anything less than the Emperor, and that's fine. But I feel like with the Hangman cross, there's the two sides of that. There is being able to sacrifice for certain things, like things that you will tolerate versus that things that you will not sacrifice for. It's not tolerate, right? And I feel like it does come from High Priestess, being in this divine feminine energy, and knowing that everybody comes with a past, everybody comes with baggage, everybody, but there are certain things, like for me, there's deal breakers. I feel like that's what the collective is saying. There are deal breakers, things that I am outgrowing forever, is to not surrender my deal breakers. For me would be, believe it or not, even though I'm not religious, somebody that doesn't believe in a higher being, in a god, or in something like that, that's a deal breaker. Somebody that has addiction, drug addiction, been there, done that, fuck no, that's my deal breaker. Somebody that maybe for you could be alcohol, well, it goes hand in hand with addiction. And when I speak about addiction, I speak more so, and well, any addiction actually. But what else? So I feel like what you're outgrowing forever is kind of compromising your deal breakers, because there is compromise with everything that we do every day. That's why the High Priestess is here, but it's just compromising the things that you feel are a huge no-no. So that's why the Hangman came out cross, because Hangman reverse is sacrifice, and the Hangman upright speaks about perception. So I feel like you're in the middle of both, okay? And that comes with maturity, right? But I feel like what you outgrown forever is Six of Pentacles and a Four of Cups. It's that breadcrumbing energy, Nine of Swords and the Four of Wands. What you're outgrowing is, you're not going to stress me out, especially not in my own sanctuary, right? Which speaks about relationships. Yeah, Queen of Cups, the World, the Six of Cups, the Three of Cups, yeah, and the Sun. You're definitely not going to be compromising your happiness. All right. For those of you that have children, that's hand in hand too. Not only does this need to make sense for me, it needs to make sense for my children. What's the Six of Cups? Yeah, Two of Cups. There is a relationship that needs to happen here. All right. I'm realizing that when you're accepting me with my packages. Okay. My little Amazon gifts that comes with me. What's the World and the Death? The Chariot. What's that? The Page of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Star. I feel like justice. Again, it goes right back to the same thing. What you outgrown forever is someone that's just not aligned with you, with the Justice and the Star. And again, how would you know if they're not aligned? Well, I mean, that definitely goes hand in hand with dating, Page of Wands, right? And the Five of Swords. But I feel like, again, in a certain stage in our life, we know what dating intentionally means and not being intentional. All right. What's the Three of Cups, the Four of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the Five of Wands? Yeah. What I've outgrown is to ever have anybody make me feel like I'm in competition. And Nine of Cups, I'm not a priority. Okay. Five of Wands. Queen of Wands, yeah, Knight of Swords. What we're not going to do is keep going back to someone and keep coming back over here. You're not going to dip and dabble. That's not going to happen. Anything else the collective have outgrown forever? The Hermit, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. Fuck. Question yourself ever again. questioning yourselves ever again. The Hermit, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. All right. What's the Seven of Swords here? Yeah, the Fool. What's the Hermit? The Three of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. You know, I feel like also what you're outgrown forever is giving more than what you're given. And I speak more again when we're talking about the singles and dating, right? Nine of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles speaks about literally investing like you're all. But it speaks about, how could I put this? When you invest your all to a point where you're compromising, it's almost like you're losing yourself. That's what this gives me. Because with the Hermit and the Three of Pentacles, it speaks about somebody that has learned a lesson, that looks back at past relationships. Seven of Swords and the Fool. Yeah, not to be reckless. Eight of Swords, or feel like, what's the Eight of Swords? Ace of Cups. I question this. Okay. I like this. I just need wine. What is Spirit leveling you up for? What is Spirit leveling up the collective for? The Hierophant and the Temperance. I mean, duh. The Nine of Pentacles. Spirit is preparing you for your divine masculine. Yes, Nine of Swords. Some of you guys are still Eight of Pentacles, working on yourselves. All right, the Devil, yeah, yep, Hierophant and the Three of Cups. So, Spirit is definitely leveling you up for a higher level of commitment. All right, with the Temperance here, the Chariot, something that's definitely divinely guided for you. Nine of Pentacles, King of Wands, Nine of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, and the Judgment. But it's also, Spirit is also leveling you up to be able to recognize that with the Page of Pentacles, sometimes have you ever heard of that saying that's like, have I just healed too much? You know, but with the Page of Pentacles, it looks like a small offer, but I feel like what Spirit also is trying to level you up for. Nine of Swords, when you get an offer like this, for some of us, it's like that's all you got to bring to the table. No, no, but it's like give them but the benefit of the doubt here. Okay, because Eight of Pentacles and the Judgment, right? Just like you're not willing to go ahead and give your all in one sitting. This person isn't either. Like we got to both work at this, right? Nine of Swords and a Page of Pentacles, to not be stressing out over the expectation of it, especially when you're just starting to date. And that comes with, again, with the King of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles, being self-confident, right? Because in date number one, I truly don't expect to, I mean, I expect the spark, I expect the chemistry and the great conversation, but I don't expect you to be like, well, you know, I'm expecting to marry you in 3 months. Like that doesn't work that way, right? Hierophant and the Three of Cups. Yeah, Six of Swords. Some of you guys, Spirit is definitely leveling you up to move in with somebody. All right. The Hermit. So they're definitely preparing you individually, because you got the Devil here in the Four of Pentacles. Obviously, we also have our shadow side, Nine of Pentacles and the King of Wands, Seven of Swords. What's that about? Strength. Interesting. The way that Spirit could be leveling up some of you guys, it's through dating, and it is definitely through lusty connections. People that you may be very attracted to with the Nine of Pentacles and the King of Wands. Someone that could be like smell good. They're everything physically. You know, my height is like 6'3". For some of you, you have something like that. Like, oh my God, they're 6'3". You know, I don't know. They have like a full beard. They're very dark. They're like whatever that is for you. They smell good, but it's like, is it just a superficial? So some of you guys could be encountering this kind of energy, and you start seeing that it's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? So it's like using your discernment. Nine of Swords and a Page of Pentacles. Yeah, the Sun, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Judgment, the Nine of Wands. What's that? King of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles. For some of you, if you are dating, You could literally be like trying to work at a situation. What's the Nine of Pentacles? Not, I mean, the Nine of Wands, Four of Cups, Three of Wands. I feel like what Spirit doesn't also want you to do, right? And so again, it's like a balance here. It's like give people the benefit of the doubt, right? Knight of Wands. It's not like with your first date, it's like, oh no, I mean, you could definitely see red flags, but there's something about balance, like waiting, but also like not waiting too much, but also not rushing. So obviously, Nine of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, and the Judgment. You're not here to help somebody work on themselves, especially if you're dating. You know what I mean? Like you're not here to build someone up. Because I feel like the way some of you guys could be leveling up is that like some of you guys could be trying to like not idolize. How could I say this? Somebody could be showing you right off the bat, like, listen, all this is just gonna be a date. I'm not ready to for a relationship. And if that's something that you're ready for, this would be the energy of like, well, maybe if I prove myself more, Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, and the Judgment to this person, like you don't need to prove yourself. You don't need to change anybody. Like kind of take things for what exactly they're saying. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to put it into words, but it's kind of hard. It's like not really not pour into your energy on those opportunities that you know is not going to go anywhere. What's this King of Cups? Ace of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Two of Swords, and a Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. It's like we have a connection, okay? Ace of Pentacles, but I'm iffy about Ace of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. You know right off the bat, Ace of Wands, maybe the intimacy is good if you've gotten that far, but with the Two of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, you're still not sure about the commitment part. All right. And what's the Two of Swords? The Lovers, the Ace of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like what you're being leveled up for, it goes back to that sacrifice. Kind of being complacent with this energy of, well, we're here, we have a good time, but I know that it's probably not going to go anywhere. But I'm going to try to fix that person so he can give me this, if that makes sense. The Moon, yeah, the Four of Wands and the Hangman, leveling you up to not stay back in a situation where eventually you still don't know where you are in somebody's life, where your place is. You know what I mean? That's stagnant energy. All right, let's see. What's the love connection energy? What's the love energy around you? 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 I'm so mad I can't see my chat. I'm about to say hi to everybody in a second. I just want to get kind of done off this topic and move on. What's the love energy around the collective? The Lovers and the Ace of Wands. The Magician. Okay, heavy Gemini energy. Some of you guys may have a Gemini placement in your Venus or 7th house. The Tower. What's the love energy currently surrounding the collective? And the Justice. Wow, you have like karma here. Okay, it looks like positive karma. Let's see. Two of Wands, Ace of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, the Magician, Seven of Wands, the Tower, Queen of Swords, the Justice, and the King of Cups. There's a blockage right now in your manifestation. We'll see why. Five of Cups, Two of Wands, Five of Cups, Lovers, Eight of Cups, Ace of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, the Magician, Seven of Wands, the Sun. What's the Seven of Wands? Knight of Cups, the Tower, Queen of Swords, Page of Pentacles, the Justice, King of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. So there's definitely love coming in. All right. Knight of Wands. I feel like you're going to have a few options again, but needing discernment, right? Knight of Wands speaks about immature energy. Some of you guys could be attracting a lot of like young dudes. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. Queen of Cups. Just make sure you're not mothering these, right? These people, whether they're young or old. That's the whole point. Is like not to be their mothers, to be their partner. I feel like some of you guys are still going through a transition. The energy around your love life, Two of Wands, Five of Cups, the Lovers, and the Eight of Cups. Some of you guys had a very strong connection with this Lovers card, Seven of Cups. Some of you guys could be disappointing or some of you guys could be comparing somebody from your past to these like new people, and you feel like you don't have a spark with them. Seven of Cups, the Lovers, Five of Cups, Two of Wands. There's like disappointment around the dating pool. Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands, the Fool. However, the energy around your love life is that the divine is still working on you. So if you're still single and you're wondering, well, this is like the whole purpose, okay? The whole purpose of being single is like, enjoy you. You're still working on you. Magician, the Sun, the Seven of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. What's that? The Hierophant. But why is the Seven of Wands? The Seven of Swords. Collective, this may not resonate with everyone. I do see you manifesting something happy. You manifesting a commitment with the Hierophant. But some of you guys, you're afraid of being happy. It's like you're manifesting it, but you're afraid of the manifestation itself. You're afraid of being happy. Some of you guys could be afraid of commitment. Seven of Swords. Yeah, Ten of Swords. Again, trying to control some kind of outcome. It's like but I don't want Danny, I don't want to get hurt again. Well, I can't tell you that you will or you won't get hurt again. That's all part of life. But what I will tell you is that remember where we are right now is even if we date again, if we didn't die from all those other people we thought we were going to die from, we're not going to die from another heartbreak. You know what I mean? And we're entering this new phase of love with wisdom. It's not like in our 20s. Does that make sense? The Tower, Page of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Eight of Wands. What's this Queen of Swords? The Hermit. Yeah, there's a lot of guarded energy here because you're taking a very logical approach, but it's funny because you're guarded, your Queen of Swords, very held on to your vulnerability. I understand, but it's like you're trying to manifest somebody that's vulnerable. So you also need to be ready to be vulnerable. You need to be ready to receive, right? Not only receive, but give. What's the Justice, the Ace of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and the Moon. Page of Swords and the Moon, the Devil. Wait, what? The Four of Pentacles. Again, I see the options. There's someone specifically that could be coming in, and I'm going to be so honest in what I see. And you guys don't even have to like yes or no this because I know you're probably not going to admit to it. But some of you guys may do a lot of research on people that you date. Like you can call up a friend and you're like, all right, check him out. Let's look at all the social media. Go look at, the Kirk of what is it called? The courts. See if he got a record. I need to know everything. I don't know why that's coming out. This is hilarious. The Ace of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and the Five of Wands. Go look at his mama's page. Oh, he got an ex. Go look at her page and her family. Are they still contacting each other? Five of Wands, Nine of Wands, King of Pentacles. What's the Devil? The Ten of Wands. Some of you guys are, that's funny because you're doing all this, but you're still carrying burdens from your past relationship. Not carrying, like not stuck on somebody, but the King of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the Emperor, and the Temperance. It's like a certain mentality attached to this. It's like a defense mechanism. Nine of Wands, Five of Wands. There's like excuses all over this spread. That's what this feels like. I want the love. I'm ready for the love, but let me go ahead and find everything wrong with this person so that way I don't get hurt. you know? All right, you know what? Let's go here. What's currently blocking the collective? Do I want to go there? Hold on, let's see. Yeah, we'll go here. What's currently blocking the collective when it comes to love? What's the collective blockage when it comes to love? What's the blockage? So you got giving too much, but that came out in reverse. I'm going to take it in reverse. I'll take reversals. Too risky, self-neglect, tolerating abuse, fixing them, and fated to be alone. Okay, so I'm getting a mix of energies here. All right. Giving too much. I feel like it's almost that's the avoidance because it came out in reverse. Too risky gives me excuse. Okay, it's like you feel like it's not worth the risk, but opening your heart is a risk worth. So it's like too risky, like you're not willing to open up your heart. It's too much. All right, self-neglect. Some of you guys, you got to practice self-care, okay? Some of you guys have been neglecting yourselves. Um and that can mean in so many different areas. Tolerating abuse, fixing them, and fated to be alone. Some of you guys you came out of very toxic relationships, whether it's emotional, physical, mental, spiritual abuse. And again, there goes that fixing them kind of energy, that mothering kind of energy that I mean I could definitely resonate with. That's one of my deal breakers. Like I'm not gonna fix anybody. I'm sorry. I've done that way too long. And that's like that build a bear effect, right? Or that build a dude. I ain't doing that shit. Like I don't want a project. I want to be somebody else's project. And I'm joking, but it's that energy. I feel like and when I say what's blocking you when it comes to love, maybe these are the blockages right now that the divine wants you to work at for that next person. Not to say that this is what's blocking you know what I'm saying? It almost feels like this is what the divine is kind of making you work on as you're single, as you're alone. And some of you guys are becoming very pessimistic because you're not understanding the journey, not understanding that you are exactly where you need to be. So it's like, okay, well, maybe I'm just fated to be alone. This will never happen. Like, ma'am. Ma'am, seeking perfection. Okay, that could be that too. Again, everybody has flaws. Choose only five must-haves and deal breakers. That matters. Yes. All right. So out of the 10 things, if you get eight, that's pretty decent. But again, not going back to that energy of compromising your deal breakers. Stuck in the past. Yeah, stuck in the past don't mean like you're still stuck on someone. Maybe you still are. But it's more so stuck on that limiting belief or stuck on the past situation that happened that you're so scared because it's too risky and stuck in the past. I'm so scared for it to be that way again. No, you're now a different person. You learned from that. You experienced that, so you know what that feels like. You know the pain, you know how long it took you to recover, and you're going to know the signals, the flags, and something that feels that familiar you're not going to go for anymore. All right. Some of you guys, eye candy. You're very superficial. Playing games. It's so funny tolerating abuse and playing games. Not to say that somebody playing mental games with you. I mean, that's just definitely something you're not supposed to be tolerating. Fixing them, sex only. Some of you guys are hanging on to lusty energies. You may have a very, a spark with somebody, but it's lusty. It's not going anywhere. So that's the ones that you're trying to fix. You know what I mean? That's the one that you're trying to fix, that you're trying to I know he has this really deep inside of him. I know who he could be. It's we do that. Why the fuck do we do that? I know who he could be. Why are we doing that still? I know that he can be a great father. I know he could be a great husband. Ma'am, has he shown you that? No. So then fucking take it for what it is. I mean, it's really that simple. I know that if I prove myself a little bit more, he's gonna see it in me. There's a Netflix movie on that. I'm not trying to say anybody here is crazy, but I mean, we're keeping it real. Oh shit, what is it called? It's like she went out on a date with this guy. She had a great week and they've been dating for a while. And he's like been doing everything right. I mean, took her like away. They were like, I mean, a fantasy. And then they were like laying in bed and she said something like, so, what's the next step for us? He's like, what do you mean? She's like, yeah, are we not like dating or are we not like a couple? He's like, I never said that. And that bitch went crazy. When I mean crazy, she fucking literally tied him up, like legit. And because she went downstairs, she had him already tied up because they were doing something sexual. He was already tied up. She went downstairs and she was looking like crazy, like, okay, what does it mean when he says this? And there was like this PhD chick that was on there was like, oh, it just means that he doesn't know what he wants. So you just gotta prove to him, right, that you are what he wants. So, girl, listen, the girl kept him tied for a whole weekend. And she's like, all I need is 12 hours to prove to you that you're going to want me. And he's like, what the fuck? Okay. And she went on to do everything, So, anyways, yeah, you got the point. Fated to be alone, burnt out. um you need to shift your perception out of this negative ass energy, like just because it's not in our timing, or some of us have probably been single for a few years, and I get it, doesn't mean you haven't dibbled and dabbled either. But I feel like if you don't have hope and love, then who's gonna have it for you, right? For those of you that want love. All right. You know what, okay, let's go here. I feel like these are all kind of repetitive, but we'll go here. Hold on. All right, let's see. Who and what are you attracting next? Who and what are you attracting next? Who and what are you attracting next? The King of Swords. This could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Eight of Swords, Three of Pentacles, and Death. The Seven of Pentacles. Oh, the Four of Wands wanted to come up. Okay, so you got the King of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, Three of Pentacles, and Death. Scorpio energy, air signs, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. King of Swords. Ace of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Three of Cups. Okay, Eight of Swords, Eight of Cups, Three of Pentacles, the Justice, Death, Two of Swords. Interesting. Some of you guys are going to have options, but I feel like Eight of Swords, Eight of Cups, the options that you're going to walk away from are the ones that have you in your mind. Okay. Three of Pentacles and Justice. You've learned lessons. The World, you do have new love here. Ace of Cups, King of Swords. Yes, Temperance, something that feels very peaceful. You could be attracting someone very like intellectual. Okay, someone here very smart. I don't know why it's giving me like authority, police. I don't know, someone very stoic. What's this King of Swords? King of Wands. This could be two different people. But King of Swords, King of Wands, not only somebody very, I feel like they're tall, they have a deep voice, but This could just be someone very attractive, but also someone very serious. Okay. Seven of Pentacles and a Three of Cups, Ace of Wands. Some of you guys could be in investing in different energies or networking with different people. We'll put it that way. Eight of Swords, Eight of Cups, Page of Cups, Eight of Swords, yeah, High Priestess. You're gonna be following your intuition, and you're gonna keep your emotions out of the people with the Page of Cups that are offering you the small fry. All right, Three of Pentacles and a Justice. Yeah, Five of Wands. I feel like it's almost like it's your turn now to be kind of fought over. Like, let the best man win, right? Yeah. Magician. What's the Two of Swords? The Four of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Two of Wands. The Four of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and the Hangman. You know, collective, what I really love about this dating pool here, especially when it comes to you, is that you're very direct in what you want. We're not playing that game where, you know, maybe he texts me and I'm just gonna wait for an hour and then text him back. Like, for what? Why are you playing these games? No, I'm gonna show you who the hell I am early on. We're not gonna be walking on eggshells. I feel like that's what you don't want, to walk on eggshells. There's an energy here of you're gonna be making who feel insecure. Yeah, no. Okay, you do have a marriage coming in. You have your own kumbaya happily ever after. All right, but you do have a few people here you're gonna have to sort through. What's this Tower? Four of Wands, King of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, the Moon, the Ten of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. Some of you guys have a relationship that is coming up. What is this about? I'm not gonna lie, some of you guys do have a lesson coming up. All right, something that may turn out to be, I don't know if it's long lived. Why is the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords? Knight of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and the Star. What's this? Okay, and what's this? Okay. Ah, I see. Okay. Some of you guys could have an option between two. All right. They both look like they could move into commitment. But there's something about somebody here that you're realizing that you're not going to be paying you're not going to be paying for their past, like their past pain, whatever it is that they're going through. You're going to be following your intuition. You're going to be very logical in who you're choosing. I feel like what you're not going to be doing is dealing with somebody that's still a bit avoidant. So this would be like a scorned man. Let's put it that way. Somebody that's still like, scorned or hurt about their past. Yeah, we're not doing that, because a lot of you are coming, what you bring to the table is a clean slate. You know what I mean? What you bring to the table is a clean slate. We're not doing that. Like, I'm going to be paying for your past. The fuck out of here. No, we're not doing that. All right, let's see if we can wrap this up. I don't even know where we're going next. This is like freestyle. I feel like we went through all that. What will love feel like now, being that like in your healed era? What will love, for those of you that are coming with that clean slate and you're not holding on to the past and you're kind of ready, you accept things for what it is and what it was, and you're not holding on to anybody, what will love now? What will love feel like now that you're healed? The Judgment, the Two of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. The first thing I want to say is like, there's not anything here that's going to be questioned. You're not going to feel the need to question this love. It's going to feel balanced, obviously emotionally fulfilling. Magician and the Empress, somebody's going to treat you like the queen that you are. Hold on. What's the judgment? Nine of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. So that's the Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Queen of Cups, the Magician, Three of Cups, and the Empress, Five of Wands, Six of Swords, Nine of Swords. Yeah, the Lovers. See, it's not going to feel with the Six of Swords and the Judgment like you need to question this. Nine of Swords, it doesn't bring you anxiety. It's not even a thrill. It doesn't even feel like that. It feels peaceful. It feels loving. It feels like, I don't know, a summer day by the beach, but not too hot, just that like right 80-degree weather, not too much sun, just like the breeze. You know what I mean? Two of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Somebody's gonna really definitely what it should feel like, not only peaceful, but it should feel very reciprocal. Two of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. For some of you, somebody may be pouring into you more than you pour into them. Ace of Cups and a Queen of Cups, Five of Cups. What's the Five of Cups? Seven of Cups. I feel though, it's so funny. It's like we will question this though. When we get that person, right? We are gonna question it. With the Five of Cups and the Seven of Cups is because it's like we're waiting for something to still go wrong. Like too good to be true. Yeah, Eight of Swords, Nine of Pentacles. What's the Magician and Three of Cups? Five of Pentacles, Empress and a Five of Wands, Two of Swords. I feel like what love is gonna feel is like you're gonna have to put plain the feel away. Page of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Three of Cups. He has Seven of Wands. Whoever this person is, they're gonna want to block out any other energy, anybody else that you're dating. All right, you're gonna have competition. Two of Swords and a Five of Wands, Ace of Swords, Three of Swords, and the Fool. What's a Three of Swords? Death. What about that? The King of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Ten of Pentacles. You're just gonna know. Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Magician, the Empress, the Three of Swords, and Death. Like, I don't want to say that this is all coming from how somebody's making you feel. I feel like when you love someone coming from the healed place, you're kind of like in the area where there's not much fear tied into this. Because you do understand that, everybody that comes into your life is a blessing, if that makes sense. So it's like regardless, like currently, like I'm married and who knows what that's gonna look like. But will I get hurt will I be hurt if it doesn't work out? Absolutely. But I know that like we always do, we move on, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's what happens when you're healed or when you're healing. There's like not really worries, just kind of like going with the flow, but still being in your Empress energy. That's meaning using discernment. So it's not so much how somebody makes you feel, it's how you make yourself feel. And I feel like also knowing that you're gonna put in your best foot forward, and you know what, it's gonna be somebody's loss if they fumble you. But the Fool, you'll get over it anyway. The Three of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, yeah, the Queen of Wands, the World, the Seven of Swords, and the Tower. I feel like again, what you're not gonna do is as soon as somebody like ends up Seven of Swords and any kind of sneakiness, like it's a no-brainer. It's like that's it. We can kind of like, other than the deal breakers that we've mentioned, we can kind of deal with everything else. But once you lie, once you're sneaky, then that's it. It feels peaceful coming from a healed energy. Again, not to say if somebody hurts, it's like you're never gonna hurt again. No, that's not right. But it's just not gonna feel the same again. It's different. It's a peaceful kind of love. It's not that chaotic, toxic kind of love. If that makes sense. All right. What else? I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Let's see. Okay, let's see. The blessing that comes after this closure. The blessing that comes after the closure. The world, there goes your closure. The justice. Ooh, Knight of Wands. Things move very swiftly. Very quickly. Yeah. Queen of Cups. And the Hermit. The world. Two of Wands. Justice. The Lovers. Knight of Wands, Six of Swords, Queen of Cups, Page of Cups, and the Hermit, the Hierophant. Some of you guys are going to meet someone very wise. Three of Cups, Ten of Cups. Wow, the High Priestess and the Hierophant. Okay, this is how we're going to end the reading. I love this. Six of Pentacles and the Temperance. Wow, what a spread. Three of Cups, Ace of Swords. So after the closure, judgment, you do have a breakthrough in a dating game. All right, you do have a breakthrough with somebody here. With the Hierophant and the High Priestess, there's balance. For some of you, this could be your twin flame. Doesn't have to be. All right, or this could be this spiritual connection, that spiritual person that you're meeting, your person. All right, and again, this is you being in your soft girl energy. This is you feeling safe and being in that energy too. All right, because it does have a lot to do on how the next person makes you feel. You can be in your soft girl energy, but if somebody comes at you a certain way, you're going to become immediately masculine, right? I feel like things move pretty like at a nice pace. Knight of Wands, yeah, Page of Wands. It feels very flirty. This is definitely someone that's investing in you and you're investing in them. All right, it's very reciprocal. All right, it feels peaceful. The Hermit, the Temperance, and the Hierophant. This feels like a peaceful kind of love. Someone that, you know what, we go through our trials, our tribulations, our obstacles, and we're talking about it. We're healing things. This feels like someone very wise. All right, this feels like someone that is definitely going to teach you. I like that. All right, tell me more. The Three of Wands, there could be a lot of travel coming up for you and this person, or just you in general. You can meet this person traveling. This could be even a relocation. All right. Strength, Knight of Pentacles, yeah, and the Page of Pentacles. There's a lot of conversation. I'm telling you, it's a different kind of love. Yeah, the Hangman and the Three of Cups. It's not that toxic shit that, most of us are used to, or that thrill that we keep resorting back to. This feels mature. This feels mature. Six of Wands and successful. Okay. I like this. All right. Let's just get one more spread from this oracle and then we will wrap this up. Hey, everyone. I can't see the chat. If you guys are coming in here, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just using a different platform. So I have to go back in the chat on my tablet. All right. What do the collective need to still close out? What's their shadow work here that they need to close out? Unbalanced ego and the head. Let me get one more, please. Thank you. And imposter syndrome. Personal karma. Okay. Um, what is this? Unbalanced ego, injustice, the head, fighting the outside world, imposter syndrome, dependency. Interesting. I feel like this speaks a lot about rejection, collective. I'm gonna be quite honest. This speaks a lot like unbalanced ego and injustice. There's something very specific. This may not be for everyone. Obviously, take the energy as it resonates. It just came to my mind. This could be a situation where somebody could have gone towards someone else. This could be even in the dating world. And it's like, why her, not me? Unbalanced ego. That's your ego speaking. And injustice because something you felt wasn't fair. I gave so much, and it's like somebody just kind of took that all away and gave it to somebody else. That kind of energy. the head and fighting the outside world, there's still a lot of things that are coming up. Obviously, I feel we're never 100% healed, but it's just to not ignore those things that are trying to rear its ugly head. It's not to put them on the back burners, to kind of work through it, right? And then you got imposter syndrome and dependency. Then there's another side to it. It's like, okay, if I do go towards love, it's like I don't want to feel clingy again. I don't want to feel like I'm, that it's knowing how to kind of heal those abandonment issues, or not feel like you depend on someone energetically, right? So imposter syndrome, for some of you, it's like you rather just not pursue maybe someone because of that, because of these issues, which I understand if you're working through them. Manipulation, lack of self-confidence, and freezing doubt. Again, some of you guys could still be working from conditioning from the past, people telling you lies, conditioning you, or I'm bringing down your self-esteem, but you're bringing a lot of freezing doubts and lack of self-confidence. All right. All right, everyone. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. And don't forget to keep your karma balanced.